Hello, welcome to Tag Cycling. We've got a nice little workout for everyone this morning. My name is Steve, I'll be your coach for this session. And we're gonna get started here with a nice little warm up. We're gonna start out pretty easy, 5 out of 10 effort, around 90 RPM. So find that now. Should be pretty light feeling in the legs. We'll spend 4 or 5 minutes just getting the legs ready to go, and then we'll get into our session. So riding here, think about tracing those nice circles with the feet. We're looking for one fluid motion. Keep that upper body relaxed. Shoulders low, away from the ears. Slight bend in the elbows. Relaxed grip on the handlebar. Just don't want any tension creeping in. We're just warming up here. So a shorter warm up this morning. Today, this is a shorter session. Of course, you can be riding for a few minutes before starting this. Same with at the end. You can ride it out, let the body cool down, whatever you need. Another half minute here, and then we'll jump up to our 6 out of 10 effort. Those legs working a little bit harder. Throughout our workout, I'll use percentages. So if you know your MAP numbers, max aerobic power, you can follow along. Otherwise, just convert it to effort, so 60% to our aerobic zone. Just think in your mind, 6 out of 10 effort. Likewise, when we're up 70, 80% output, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 effort, you're working pretty hard. Think about how those feet are moving again, pushing and pulling. Still at 90 RPM. Move up to 6 out of 10. Here we go. It's our 60%. Starting to get us into our aerobic zone. We'll be spending some time at this level of output once we get started with our workout. We want a nice strong core here. Helps us with our posture. It's really what allows us to keep the hands and shoulders and arms relaxed. Core keeps us in place. Centered over our bike. Sets up a nice platform for those legs to work off of. A little bit more time here. Then we'll move up to 7 out of 10. And then we'll very briefly touch on 8 out of 10. Take a minute, easy. And we'll get started. Keep those nice circles going. One fluid motion with the feet. Well, I feel like we're scraping through the bottom of our pedal stroke when the feet are closest to the ground. Kicking those heels up under our butts. Driving the knees up to get through the back half of that pedal stroke. Here we go, 7 out of 10 effort. Bump it up again. Stand around 90 RPM. Be here for about a minute. Feel like you're doing a decent level of work now. It's early in the morning for you. Legs may feel a bit cranky still, no problem. We're just warming up. We're doing this work here in the warm-up so that hopefully the legs feel better once we start the workout. As you can see, I'm starting to breathe a bit heavier now. Breathing rate's coming up, heart rate's coming up. In 10, we're going to go up to 8 out of 10 effort, just for half a minute. Then we'll get that rest that I mentioned. So we're going to push it a little bit here, 8 out of 10 effort. Dial it up. Here we go, stay on that 90 RPM. Feeling those legs work. And we'll stand at the end of this as well, ever so briefly. So here we go, slow the feet down a touch, and up we go. Let's stand. Keep those pedals moving, body weight over the pedals, tall in the upper body. Good, back to seated, and dial it all the way back, nice and light. Take about a minute here to catch our breath. I'll explain what we're doing at the start of our workout. Then we'll get going. Quick sip of water. So, we're going to do 2 rounds of 7 minutes of work. We'll take a very brief break in between, 1-2 minutes. We'll get a chance for a bit of full rest. The way it's set up is we'll spend 2 minutes at 60%, that's at the aerobic zone, 6 out of 10 effort at 80 RPM. So a little bit slower leg speed than in our warm-up. And every minute after that first 2 minutes, we're going to make a series of accelerations or gear changes. So 2 minutes at 60%, 80 RPM. 1 minute, we're just going to accelerate, bring that leg speed up to 90 RPM, which means the output, the watts, is going to go up. So it'll be around 70, 75% with the effort. Then the next minute, we stay at that 90 RPM. We dial back the resistance or the gear to be back at our 60%. We're there for a minute. Then we accelerate again up to 100 RPM. Again, the power is going to come up as the leg speed increases. Then we stabilize there by dialing it back to 60% for a minute. And then the final minute, we accelerate once again up to 110 RPM. So nice, quick, lively leg speed. And then we're done. I'll call it out as we go. It's a pretty simple set of work. Not too many difficult changes. We're either accelerating, increasing leg speed, or just adjusting the resistance to bring us back onto that 60% base pace. The second round of this, we'll get rid of 60% and replace it with 70%. So the outputs will be up at all times for that second round. Quick drink of water. We're going to go here in 20 seconds. You can start to slow the leg speed down, starting out at 80 RPM. More of a mellow climbing cadence. Slow it down, get locked in at 60% output. Ready to go for opening 2 minutes, starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 80 RPM. Nice and steady. Make sure you're on that pace, 60%. We're in that aerobic zone. This lower cadence, really think about that idea of keeping the feet moving, pushing and pulling. One continuous motion. That's good so far. Or a minute in, so we got another minute here at 80 RPM before we make any change. Shoulders relaxed. Look at those fingers. We don't need to be clenching on that handlebar. It's not going to help us at all. Should feel in control, manageable pace. Half minute till we make that change. We'll be accelerating to 90 RPM, not touching the resistance. So the power will come up, and we'll be at 90 RPM, just for a minute. Get ready to make that change. It's coming in 10 seconds now. Show me that acceleration up to 90 RPM. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Liven it up. By 90 RPM. New leg speed. Pace is going to be higher. That's what we want. Don't adjust the resistance. Cruising on 90 RPM here now. In half a minute, we'll adjust the resistance only to bring it back to 60% output. 6 out of 10 effort. It's coming in 10 now. Stay on 90 RPM. Dial back the output to 60%. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's making it a little bit easier overall. Stay collected here, calm. A couple deep breaths. Half minute till we accelerate again. Make sure you're no higher than your 60%. So when we accelerate, that power is going to jump up. All right, ready to change. We're going to hop up to 100 RPM. Just with leg speed. 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Liven those legs up. Settle in at 100 RPM. Keeping it smooth. Engage that core. Want the head and shoulders to be pretty stable. "20 seconds till we dial the resistance back to drop us back into 60%. Still at 100 RPM. Change coming in 10 now. Here we go. Stay at this leg speed. Dial it back 60%. Should feel nice and lively now. Under 2 minutes to go. Then we get a breather. Stay with me now. Half minute to our last change. That last minute we'll be cruising up around 110 RPM with the cadence. Really about keeping it quick. Change coming in 10. Finishing off this last minute. Ready to accelerate in 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. 110 RPM. Keeping it smooth. Nice and lively here. There we go. Nice work. About half a minute to go. Hold that 110 RPM now. There we go. "15 seconds left. Five to go. And easy, dial it back. Easy gear, any leg speed. Whew, good job. Get the breathing back under control. Couple deep breaths. Let those shoulders relax as you exhale. Good, get that breathing back under control. Got just over a minute until we go again. We're gonna do that same round of work, 7 minutes. The only difference is that the output, the pace is gonna be a little bit higher. We're not using 60% anymore as our base. We're going to be using 70%. Same format for the accelerations. Overall, just a little bit higher output. No problem though, get some water in here once you've caught your breath. Wiggle those elbows out. Let all that tension fall out of the upper body. Wiggle the fingers. Usually as I start working harder on the bike, my shoulders start eating my ears. So it's a great reminder for your coach as well. But I watch everyone do this every class, every session, slowly become like this. So I'll say it a lot. It's a good reminder for everyone. We want to keep that tension in the legs where we can put it to work. Just wasting energy if it's up in the shoulders and the neck. All right, here we go. Slow the leg speed back down to 80 RPM. We're opening up the first 2 minutes at 70% output. 7 out of 10 effort. Go ahead, dial it in. Lock in that cadence and output. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Starting back up. 2 minutes here, steady. $80 RPM, still a pretty normal cadence, not too low. Think about being efficient here. Smooth on the pedals. Think about how those legs are working again. We're driving those knees up, getting that foot from the floor, back over top each time. It's very natural to be pushing down on the pedals through the front half of our pedal stroke. Generally, everyone can do that pretty well. It's getting the pedal from the floor back around and up in a smooth manner to complete that circle. It's a bit trickier. Half minute to our first change. We'll be jumping up to that 90 RPM again for a minute, and then we'll dial back the resistance for the following minute to 70%. Getting ready to accelerate here in about 5 seconds. Want to bring ours up to 90 RPM. 3, 2, 1, accelerate. Once you're there, settle in, 90 RPM. Good job, everyone. "90 RPMs our home base cadence. This is where we spend most of our time. Change coming in 20 seconds. We'll back the resistance off to 70%. Staying at 90 RPM. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dial it back, 70%. 7 out of 10 effort. 90 RPM. Here for a minute. And then we accelerate again. This round of work's gonna feel a bit tougher, a little bit more challenging for the legs. No problem for us though. Holding strong here, 20 seconds to the change. We'll be accelerating up to 100 RPM this time. Getting ready to liven it up. Let's see that 100 RPM. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Increase leg speed. Once you're there, settle back into 100. Keeping it lively now. Couple minutes to go. Half minute to our change. Yeah, there we go. Good riding. Staying on it now. Don't let those legs slow down. Change coming in 10. Dial back the output to that 70%. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Keep it lively now. Under 2 minutes to go. Steady on that 100 RPM now. Still a pretty normal range for our cadence. In half a minute, we'll accelerate to 110, which is definitely high for cadence. It's our last minute. Smooth on those pedals here. Change coming in 10. We're gonna liven up those legs to 110 RPM. Final minute. 3, 2, 1. Get her moving. There we go. Want to be smooth at this high cadence. Ride those circles. Trace it with the feet. Half minute to go now. Excellent work. 20 to go. Last 10. Finish it off here. 5, 3, 2, 1, and easy. Dial it right back. Whew. Another short rest. Good job with that. 2 solid rounds of work. Okay, the last bit of work, we're gonna be doing something much different. We're gonna take off at 80 RPM again, which we're familiar with now. And we're gonna settle into our aerobic zone, 60 to 70% output, right around where we've been taking off for these last 2 sections of work that we just finished. Once we kind of stabilize there and find that pace and leg speed, we're going to start alternating between seated and standing, or should I say standing and seated. So the first one I'll call is up to stand after a minute, just for 15 seconds, then we'll sit for 15 seconds. Then we'll stand for 30, sit for 30, stand for 45, sit for 45, and then we get to a minute of each, and then we start to go back down, 45, 45, 30, 30, and we'll finish off with 15 seconds standing and seated. So the idea is when we set the gear and the cadence for that first minute at 60 to 70%, 80 RPM, we shouldn't have to touch anything after that. Obviously, if your bike decides to change resistance as we sit and stand, you may have to adjust, but in theory, shouldn't be a problem. So here we go, 80 RPM, get into that zone, 60 to 70%. We'll start our opening minute nice and steady here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last bit of work for our session. Getting our numbers locked in, feeling that pace. 80 RPM is a good zone to stand from. And when we stand, we just want to shift that body weight up over the pedals, standing nice and tall. Think about your rhythm, keeping it lively. Don't let the legs stop. And we'll get ready to stand in 10 seconds. Short one to start, 15 and 15. Nice smooth transition of the saddle in 3, 2, 1, up we go. That's it. And back to seated. Should be at the same base pace, 80 RPM. This time when we stand, it's going to be for half a minute. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Don't worry about keeping your cadence at 80 RPM. Should be pretty lively, but might be a bit high for when we stand. Eyes up the road here, nice and tall. Good, and back to seated for half a minute, 80 RPM. Doing a good job here, those changes. Let's keep it going. Next one will be 45 and 45. Ready to stand again in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Keeping that tailbone hovering over the tip of our saddle. That keeps our knees away from the handlebar. There we go, nice job so far. Want to be smooth with a nice lively rhythm. 15 till we sit. There we go, back in the saddle. 80 RPM. We got the big one coming up. Minute standing, followed by a minute seated. And then everything gets pretty short again. Remember, if we focus on our rhythm, it really helps with the standing. We're not really asking for huge outputs here. Change coming in 10. Back to standing. It's time for a full minute. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Standing allows us to open the chest up, eyes up the road, sucking in that fresh air. Get that nice change in body position as well. It's an excellent tool for our climbing, especially on longer pitches. Halfway through here. Keep those feet moving. "15 till we sit for a minute." Doing a great job here. Standing for a minute's a long time, I know. Good practice. 3, 2, 1, sit. 80 RPM again. We're here for a minute. You can check your power. Make sure it's still in that 60 to 70% zone. So we got 3 more rounds of standing, 45, 30, and 15 seconds, and then we're done. Next one's happening in half a minute. Gotta stay sharp here at the end of our workout. Hold your focus. Ten seconds till we stand. Same as before, good focus on the rhythm. Get that body weight over the pedals. 3, 2, 1, up we go. Don't let those pedals stop. Keep those smooth circles going. Breathing. There we go. 20 seconds till we sit. Nicely done. Ready to sit for 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, seated. Stand 2 more times, then we're done. Almost there. "15 till we stand again. Just half a minute out of the saddle. Keep it lively. Make it look good. Three, 2, 1, up we go. That's it, nice work. Eyes up the road. Keep most of that body weight over the pedals. Don't want to be leaning too heavily on the handlebar. We sit in 10. Three, 2, 1, sit. Final minute of riding here. We'll stand one more time and then we're done. 80 RPM here. We'll stand for 15, sit for 15. Then we're at the finish line. Last time standing in 3, 2, 1, up we go. Lively rhythm. Nice job here. We'll sit in 5. Back in the saddle, last 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, we're done. Back it up. Ride it out for a couple minutes. Thanks for joining in. Hope you enjoyed our tag cycling workout. And we'll see you next time. Take care.